200 death battles, exhausting just to think about. I was gonna do the whole parody, but I don't know. Strong bad emails. Anyway, let's get down to the business. Finally, after all this time, 200 episodes. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud. Fight!
Ruby Rose versus Maka Albarn.
The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
Farming
And
tools,
it's our job
really.
to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Ah!
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me
Hang on,
bedtime
I'm
fairy
trying to
tales.
manipulate
Stories
my
of heroes and warnings
screens
about
here.
eating those little berries and quicksand. So much quicksand.
Yet in the world of Remnant, fairy tales are
There was
real.
quicksand at the
Here, huntresses
camp I
do
went
battle
to.
with monstrous Grim.
It was,
and there's nothing more exciting
kind of
than that
funny.
to Ruby
They were
Rose.
just like,
Daughter
oh yeah,
to
there's
the
quicksand.
world-renowned huntress Summer, who
Eats cookies and drinks milk. Well, yeah, I mean, most people do. Even if you can't have lactose, you generally drink some kind of nut milk. I don't know. Likes cool weapons. Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
disappeared. Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a huntress.
Her dedication paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school
Nice.
for huntsmen and huntresses, Ruby clearly showed prodigious talent.
Not
Golly,
just that,
look at the-
She's got the weapon geek
Yeah.
just like yours truly.
I was gonna say the
Ruby
increase
doesn't
in
leave home without
animation.
her trusty crescent rose.
There we
It may
go.
look like a high-tech scythe, and
As
it
a
is,
reminder, I
but it's
watched
also
the
a
first
gun.
season.
Ruby made Crescent Rose herself.
Blade can rotate 360 degrees. That'll come in handy. All right, and we remember what dust is from
A
before.
dance between Grim Reaper's Choice and a bolt-action sniper rifle.
Nice.
The dance is fitting, as huntsmen are
That's a
locked in
strong
never-ending
handle, too,
waltz
if you can
in their
handle her
battle
weight.
with the Grim.
Crescent Rose can switch between sniper and sight at the press of a button.
Nice.
Ruby's an old hand at flinging and moving it exactly how she wants, despite it being, like, bigger than she is.
Yeah.
How does she do it with those
Big.
noodle arms? The girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength of her aura. All living beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grim.
Okay,
Though not all of
I'm
them
just gonna say that outline guy. Yeah.
aura. All living beings.
This. That's the professor from Powerpuff Girls. I'm just putting that out there.
Without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It
Nice.
can make weapons stronger too. When Ruby slaps a cartridge of dust into Crescent Rose, her
Cool.
aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Oh,
Dramatic,
damn.
but accurate. This dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Does that last one count?
Rule of
Anti-gravity. Okay, semblance, pedal burst. Okay. Enhanced physique, enhanced healing, enhanced senses, but how much? How much are they enhanced? Okay, superhuman speed, teleport, molecular intangibility. That's going to be interesting. Okay, silver eyes.
Cool Whiz. She's got the
Also
eyes of
very
a hawk,
tired
and when
today,
she
as you
shoots
can probably
with dust,
tell.
a bullet wound's the last thing you'll be worried about. With enough of a boost,
Yeah.
ice dust can freeze over whole mechs, and she can power up her kicks.
Ruby's dust should be comparable to Isis, who was able to kill a Queen Lancer that had previously survived a 3.6 kiloton explosion. All right.
The Crater military-grade steel.
A person's aura may be
Hang on.
limited.
I want
And she
to. I
can
want
power
to.
up her kicks
I
to
want to look at the
Crater
stats
military
too.
grade.
Okay, Ruby's height, hull radius, and volume. Casual kick strength is 11 tons of TNT.
A
A
Awesome.
person's aura may be limited, but Ruby can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
Ruby blasted through Huntress classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with
Nice.
White Schnee, Flake Belladonna, and Big Sis Yang Xiaolong. Oh, I get it. Team Ruby.
He has that
Ruby's hope for
revelation
many
every
years of
single
learning with her
time.
friends would be dashed as evil machinations spread like wildfire.
I mean, yeah,
With
they
a
tend
flash
to.
of silver light, Beacon had fallen.
Ruby's friends? Dead. Her school? Totally wrecked. Her sister? disarmed, all because of a lover's spat that went
I gotta say, though, when you have a character who's named after a Pyrrhic victory, I think that their fate is going to be pretty obvious.
way too far.
Salem saw the world divided, and it was time to say goodbye to any happily ever after.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All
Sure,
she
why
did
not?
is what she's always done and never stop moving forward.
Hey,
Because
she got
Crescent
bulkier
Rose
arms.
wasn't the only thing she needed. She
I mean, I
had
get
to
they
improve
were
her
puffy
semblance
sleeves,
too.
but
Right. While
You know,
aura is essentially the manifestation of one's soul, the
Nice.
semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by Aura, and Ruby's
Cool.
got super speed, or a teleport. What is she doing
That-
exactly?
Close. This
See her
is
movie.
Petal Burst, a mixture of speed, teleportation, and intangibility. Ruby can rocket from one point to another in milliseconds.
By
nice.
literally bursting into petals.
Sort of. According to Best Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's semblance
Who
is extremely
also
complex
dies.
and variable. It involves
Twice.
breaking her body down to a
Other characters like Mercury have struck Ruby mid-petal burst before, but this was before she fully understood the ability. She could later phase through attacks more regularly. Yeah, keep your training up, kids. Keep your training up.
components before zooming off in complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA
Nice.
Super Speed Plus. And Nora is best girl. Ruby's petal burst is so quick she can make flying missiles look
said
completely
Robo-Girl.
still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet or a breadstick.
She's
Ah.
certainly quick enough to give Emerald and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's
Nice.
faster than Blake, who could keep up with the most cringe faunus of all, Adam Taurus.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In
Oh,
real life,
damn.
such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles to just under light speed.
I'm not pausing for
So,
that. That's fine.
That's impressive.
With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends,
Neat.
she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower.
Tell
Her
me.
Silver eyes. Just like her mom, Ruby inherited them from the god of light. As a
Oh,
weapon
wow.
that's never
Okay.
been
All right. Grammar creation of the god of darkness as a representation of malignance and destruction. The silver eyes can counter grim powers with its light of life. This is shown in her battle with the apathy, where Ruby's silver eyes restored her drained willpower. This is all sounding like the power is within you the whole time.
life energy, like the evil goop Grim spawned from. Just a wink and blam. Sayonara, dragon of darkness.
But Ruby's skills didn't falter after her time at Beacon. As she journeyed across Remnant, she leveled up to compete with all sorts of powerful magic and mechanized foes.
Met
Her
Superman
team
and
even
Ragnar the
matched
Blood
Aesop,
Edge.
an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst. And Vine, whose aura was strong enough to contain
Cut. The Aesops are also able to contend somewhat with Maiden Penny, who has a similarly impressive feat of lifting Amity Coliseum, though even as a group they struggled against her.
a bomb that was about to decimate the whole city of Mantle. Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important to remember, Ruby is only 17 years old. The weight of being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and heavier.
She got over it. Look at her go!
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
Is that a fucking X-Wing?
Today's battle is...
Nope.
I'm gonna-
Rise pay.
No.
Sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.
But
Alright.
all the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney Fast Pass to becoming a Kishin.
Destructive gods mutated from
a
good-natured souls.
interesting
A
phrasing
Kishin
there.
could plunge the world into chaos and madness.
Considering the
If
events
only
of the past
someone
week.
could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
AKA
Nice.
people who are also a weapon. No, really, they
Yeah.
transform into weapons. Guns,
Yeah.
ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep
Actually, I
the
don't even
Kishin
really
away.
need that.
Jack the Ripper?
the,
More like Jack the Fraud.
And so, the
Yeah.
demon weapon Soul was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka Albarn.
Talk about your classic teacher.
Age, I guess, approximately 13 years. It possesses a Grigori soul, 1 in 50 million. Oh, well, there'd be more than a few of them running around on the planet, just very rare. Likes drum dances, that's cool. Well, it dislikes unfaithful men and raw fish. I don't like raw fish either. And,
The kind of girl who leaves an apple
Be
on the
faithful.
desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework," and then we jump them.
As if Soul's any better, a weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any demon weapon. He's a scythe, and he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that
Cool.
common goal, Maka and Soul formed the dream team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch.
Oh my.
Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can
Cool,
detect
cool.
spiritual presences from millions of yards away.
Oh,
and can
wow.
discern its nature,
Okay.
stability, and emotions.
Time for class then.
Okay, Death's last weapon. Evocation's Death Side, pianist. If he ever gets mad if he hits a wrong note, does he like scythe the piano? Okay. Okay, we know about Black Blood from Krona's episode.
The two trained hard, but their styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the scythe, does all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister,
Interesting.
Soul's the weapon.
Like conductor and instrumentalist, a Meister weapon pair cannot work in
Cool, cool.
harmony without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They
Yeah.
fumbled the easiest
Yeah.
chance for
I
Death
like
Scythe
the-
status. F-.
Maka just
The
could not get in
animations.
tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword most.
Most.
There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Black Star and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to improve
That's
their
always-
teamwork through Soul
that
resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes that must merge at one alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the weapon's the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's
Neat.
Soul resonance.
Soul resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool scythe moves like
Yeah.
the Witch Hot Slash, a
Yeah.
big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially
Okay, soul perception. So, hunt slashes number 6, letter U, letter I, and Maka chop. Is that just she just hits
well
someone
against
with the side of her
witches
hand?
and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive or anything.
It's
Nice.
actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare
Yeah, but that's-
anti-demon
that's
wavelengths.
not gonna come in handy.
Basically, being a goody little
all.
two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit, though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything
Hang on a
changed.
second. What
And
was
the
that?
other guys gotta
On
stop their annoying
electric mushroom. I'm pretty sure there are places around
Yes,
here
But
that are
everything
called.
changed after a
There is one called electric
unique
lettuce.
encounter with Krona, which nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano.
Oh
Yep,
my.
Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was
Yeah.
specially brewed as
At the beginning, Ragnarok was just an ordinary demon weapon, but it was melted down in a vat of black blood, and all the blood in Krona's body was replaced with that black blood mixture. It's a new form of bonding between weapon and Meister, an engineered one.
weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body, inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got Soul in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
So
Giving
the
Maka
piano
all
is
the
in
perks
his
of black
mind,
blood,
huh?
too. Even the
Neat.
crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Krona.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul
He's
had
even
to
got
lock
multiple
in
arms.
and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They
Nice.
went on even more missions to reach souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
That's the most obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds, and Maka could finally keep up with him.
Pair that with her fight with the demon tool.
Wait, does that
Gopher,
mean
who
Peter
could
Pan-
obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still
Okay, so that's when she's trying. So that's 16 kilotons. Ruby's casual kick was 11. So I don't think we know how much her determined kicks would be.
faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
Jeez.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory.
Oh,
An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wave...
the anime Maka has a different final form, which she manifests scythe blades from her body due to her father being a death scythe. This form does not appear in the original manga, and thus excluded.
lengths played in
Makes
harmony,
sense.
and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made of blood, and it lets Maka fly around
Frickin'
and
badass.
shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal.
At the same time,
That's like one of the coolest garments we've seen on here. Like, Spawn's cape is probably the coolest, but that dang. I'm actually just going to be right back. I have to, plug in. This thing was fully charged, and already it's only at half battery. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. And I have brought... Alright. Okay, this is what I was going to do,
Soul
yes.
discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths.
Oh.
Basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
Does
And
that
they
work
finally
for
achieved-
non-demons? Okay, card for Gopher's Blast. Because I know they said that, like, a lot of these things aren't necessarily specifically for demons or witches. But what things are? That's something I want to know. Outpaced Medusa's vector arrows. Consume the souls of 198 humans and a witch. I'm just going to move this a little closer here. Okay. Survived attacks that split clouds and created the moon. Remember, splitting clouds is very important in the death battle.
Death Scythe. The dream's here, baby.
So when Krona's own black blood reached its final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. The
Of
moon
course.
is small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself.
Ah.
The very world's sanity was at stake.
Krona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend Soul
Aw.
until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything.
Yeah.
Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
In what would be Maka's
Characters from Fire Force are showing greater feats than Soul Eater, but these are highly contextual and Maka would not scale to them.
final exam, Maka, Soul, and all of their friends
Is it in the
faced
same
off
continuity?
against the Kishin.
And she passed. A+.
Yay!
And perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade. The Kishin Hunt
Nice.
Maka Chop!
Oh, I like that it
What
turned into a
absolute
piece.
cinema.
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 42 42 564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
I mean, as
Congratulations
we
to
do
us.
know,
Wiz,
42
your
is the
ego
answer
is
to life, the
showing.
It
universe, and
always
everything.
is. And why not? This death battle is episode 200.
Well, yeah, it's a big deal, so we've got a big discount on our website to celebrate.
That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Website members already.
Oh, what the hell? Hang on.
That's www.deathbattle.gg.
What the hell is that?
Website members already get awesome deals like exclusive Death Battle merch, the whole episode archive, including episodes not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. And if you sign up today, you can use our code DB200 to get 20% off.
You can only grab this discount in the next
Why-
2 weeks, so use code
Why is the
DB200 to get
background music a
20% off
swing
your
version
website
of
membership
Gloria?
as soon as you can.
Where else are you gonna find such absolute cinema? No, really, we made an absolute cinema desk mat that's on the store.
Yeah.
Cool as fuck.
All right, the
Hi,
combatants
Bird.
are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
She's staring
It's
at me.
time for a scythe battle!
Yeah! Woo! 200! This is going to be interesting. Also, by the way, you see level of crazy on my shirt. It's for people who like parrots versus cats and dogs. God, I don't know. Like I said, I think the kick thing is misleading because that was Maka working at it where it specified that Ruby was casual. But I also don't think that's going to be a very big factor. Maka has a cool sense of fashion. I mean, I'd be wearing like shorts under that skirt, but I like the long stockings and the jacket. And the little ribbons that don't really go with anything but the blue patch on the sleeve. Oh gosh. They just kind of glossed over the splitting clouds thing. But I don't know. I know that this episode is a tribute to Monty Ohm. It was his request that they do this battle to begin with. But they've also said that even when they have paid sponsors, they tell them, we're going to do a fair analysis and we're not going to throw it in your favor. Which I do believe that they do that. Like, you know, I know people have expressed doubt, but I do believe that that's what they do. They may finesse who the opponents are, but I think the analysis is still fair. But because this was specifically requested for both combatants, then I don't think that they wouldn't be finessing who the opponents are. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Bird? Yeah, it's exciting. 200 episodes. 200 episodes! My goodness, my gracious. You want to sit on my head? She doesn't want to sit on my head. And I don't want to put her on my shoulder because I have the wires. Yeah, I'm not having you break my headphones. They're already breaking. Anyway. Ah, gosh. Go down. Go down. It showed that Soul can come back from being essentially vaporized. But can Maka? I don't know if they have that same ability. Oh, well. I'm just... All this hemming and hawing, I'm just going to get right into it.
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Oh, come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out. Hi! Who are you looking for? Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has called for you. Your boyfriend turns into a scythe. Oh, that's so cool! Your soul is ours!
Yeah, most people tend to.
Won't lie, Red. Your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, so other people can hear them when they talk in that form.
She's quick, but we can handle it.
Yay!
Soul resonates.
Oh, dang. Yep. Oh, that's so badass. Yeah, put that to the back. Ow!
Get back here!
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. I'm just impressed by the animation, okay? I know I don't really have much to say. Ha! Yeah! Oh!
Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
What do you think?
Relax.
Try helping out. What do you think? Who do you think's gonna win, Athena? You're gonna need more than this! Both of you!
Sorry, but I'll never stop fighting.
Gotta have the ultimate determination.
I am a huntress.
Soul Adagio.
Yeah, but then she's gonna get the determination back. Does she sprout wings in that form?
Stay strong, Maka.
From her eyes? This is so cool looking. Oh, damn!
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
Well, then why did you have to kill her? Who was after her? Who hired
Rest
you?
in peace, Ruby. But hey, it's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Yeah,
Let's break
very
this down
true. It
with
was
the
very
four categories
impressive.
that best represent this matchup. First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel. But Maka's soul resonance could match Gopher, who destroyed mountains.
Now, Team Ruby did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding
course,
up their
of
flight
course.
speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible Ruby's
Impressive.
own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura.
Oh, okay. It is a prequel series. Okay. The moon's mass was increased to equal Earth's in the prequel series Fire Force by a character named Fairy. This is the reason why it floats in the air self-sustained.
Yeah, it's small, but its mass is the same as Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of...
Okay. Soul utilized chain resonance to amplify Maka's stats for portions of the Asura fight. However, this was a much smaller amp than the Black Blood dress, and he had stopped doing so before Asura's crater feat. Alright. Gotta cover all the
TNT,
bases.
over 5 billion times higher than Vine.
So, Maka takes strength, but speed wasn't as clear-cut. Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka
Speed's
kept up
always
with
hard to
Blackstar,
figure.
faster than Shadows and whatnot. But as they improved their skills, Ruby and her friends could outspeed Atom.
Who blocked a particle beam. Though, given
Yeah.
the distance and time to react, Atom moved about 42% the speed of light.
Wow.
Not quite faster than your own.
Okay. Well, Maka has said that Black Star, I love that they spell it, because I know that it's spelled with the star in the middle. There's also a coffee place up the road called Black Star that also spells it with a star, and I don't think it's a reference. I have been to a seafood place called All Blue, and that very much is a One Piece reference. They have, like, the figurines and stuff. But, yeah, I think this is just something they thought was cool. She frequently keeps up in speed. The two can also utilize chain resonance, which requires equal contribution. Maka's statements also do not factor into her black blood
Shadow
threat.
territory. Still, Ruby's Petal Burst has become far faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2-time speed
It would
increase
be
on top
super
of that
slowed
42%,
down then, that
making
shot of
her
it going
well
up the
past light
stairs.
speed.
Definitely enough to take on Harriet, who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to Soul Resonance,
Angry
but
speed.
Petal Burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie. And their
see.
speed would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's Scythery.
That's not a word.
Maka's Scythery was pretty good.
I love
but
this
Soul
change in
does
the
all
corner
movement
now.
For her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's Scythery was superior. She's entirely self-sufficient at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still
Nice,
a factor here,
nice.
but it doesn't change that Ruby
Okay. Ruby trained with Crescent Rose since her time at Signal Academy. Maka and Soul did not achieve soul resonance until their battle with Stein. Moreover, Ruby is not only 4 years older than Maka, but her journey across Remnant took at minimum a year longer than the events of Soul Eater's story. Cool, cool. So she has more training,
Ruby's been swinging
considerably
that thing
more.
for way longer than Maka.
Yeah.
Ruby's got Scythery in the bag.
Perhaps this edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's far greater strength if she had the better powers.
So,
Yeah.
Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and so on. But it's got one big weakness.
It is a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
Petal Burst, activating dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
And there's a second key factor
see.
regarding aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
And Maka's powers are all about taking on souls. Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
Cool.
And since Maka is exceptionally gifted at examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
But
Hang on.
twist, what about
She had
Ruby's
to track
silver
down
eyes,
Ruby with a
her
picture.
Anti-Grim eye beams. Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power
Okay, the silver eyes provide Ruby with minor resistance to emotional manipulation, but madness wavelengths can induce those effects to targets that have resisted such powers. Okay, I feel like that's something we needed to hear about in advance. Ruby is also affected by Emerald's hallucinations, making it unlikely that she can negate madness. Yeah, at least tell us the Emerald thing, okay?
Black Blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out Black Blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
That
But
is,
Maka
speaking of
and Soul's
effects,
whole
that is
story is
freaking
about reaching that
badass.
perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka Albarn and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans? Next time on
Okay,
Death Battle.
hang on. Are we getting the one that was initially marketed to us as 200 Ash versus Yugi? Which, this was a way better choice. No, we're not. Okay, who are we getting?
Subscribe and
Oh,
join us for
I
Death Battle.
actually
Thanks for
could
watching.
not tell from... Aww. I kind of thought they would do like a... the animation like they did in a previous one where they had... they did like an animated dance with a whole bunch of the character models, and that was another salute to Matiome. Yeah. Come on. Nope. Okay, just in time. Yeah, just in time. She hadn't done it yet. Okay, that is the issue with birds. They are yeah. Okay, so that was some incredible animation. I really liked that. I really think they should have told us the feat with Emerald. I'm gonna move that over. So the painting's new. We just got it last weekend, or Mom did. Yeah, this is out of the dining room. So yeah, I enjoyed this battle. I think they could have given us some information in advance. They didn't actually bring up that the casual kick versus determined kick thing. They just kind of treated them at face value, so I thought that was kind of odd. But you know, like it wouldn't have made a difference, like I had said. Next time is going to be really fascinating. I wonder actually if this might be another live action fight. Because that would be really neat. They've said that they were going to do another live action fight, and yeah, like I said, this was a way better choice for episode 200 than Ash versus Yugi would have been. Neither character has significance to Death Battle, whereas Ruby does. So yeah, I thought that was a very good decision on their part to change it. Well, I guess I will see you in a couple of weeks. Wait a second. I'm going to look at my calendar here. Okay. Okay, so 28th, the 5th. Okay. I'm hoping that there isn't anything on November 2nd because I will be at Kumoricon. Kumoricon this year starts on Halloween. So 31st, 1st, and 2nd. So if anyone wants to hang out with me at Kumoricon, just let me know. Hit me up on here or whatever. I'll be dressed as either a Blissey or as Professor Laventon. And I will see you guys for the next death battle. 200, goddamn. So proud of them.